Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another scene set in the Dust of Dark Crusade Season 2. Remember Season 1, everybody? No? No, I do. Pepperidge Farm, please. Good evening, Count. Tonight, on this particularly dark and bloody evening of Odessa, because, hey, ain't that civil war in Riverside great, huh? We set our scene on the one, the only Obsidian Viper himself. Renowned Sedite and warrior of his clan, he has come to stake his claim now in Odessa, and has a very good idea of where to start. Making his way out of the Arab slums, presumably, out of where the clan is kind of most strongly based, and into Riverside. He's on his way to, well, not really make it, well, very much make an appointment, but not anybody else's schedule but his own. With a very particular member of a very particular organization. And that is where I'll leave it with Mr. Obsidian.
All right. The Obsidian Viper moves with the assurance of a man who cannot be seen. After all, the shadows are his ally, and the kine are, well, the faithless cannot see with eyes blinded by their own hypocrisy. So it is the chosen may walk unseen. Praise set. There should be a shot counter for every time this character has to think or say praise set. Every time he does, you have to take a shot. But yes, he will be making his way to the offices of the something brethren.
The Talwar Sword Brothers. So, as you move into Riverside, actually, first of all, because you don't actually head straight through the Arab slums of Riverside, you go through the Prophet's Quarter first. So, I'll give you a quick.
I will actually point out that he lives on the edge of Riverside and the edge of the Merchants District. That's where his brothel lives. Yeah, you see where he lives where the bridge. He lives just across the bridge in Riverside from the Merchants District, or the section where it's divided, rather, not the bridge.
Like southwest.
See where the palace is?
Yeah.
Go down into Riverside from the palace, skirting the border until you get to the thing that's almost a right angle, and then go down. It basically faces the river. It basically faces that river there on the Riverside side of the Merchants District. So it's technically just within the borders of Riverside, on the just by the river.
Okay. In which case, you see nothing but awe. So it's actually quite an interesting contrast. The Merchants District, as you can see on the other side of the river, is very orderly. It's very well kept. There are guards everywhere, but there don't appear to be many issues. There are no errant screams from those who've been up too late. Yet business still continues with those who are permitted to do so, with those who have been given a writ from the aristocracy, the regency of Odessa, to continue their businesses into the night. And Merchants District, for the record, is perhaps the only place in Odessa which can continue its business after night, or at least some of the businesses there. Not all of them. However, it is very orderly. There are a lot of guards. There's a very heavy city watch presence, and as a result, there aren't actually as many soldiers. There's hardly a shortage of them, but everything feels eerily quiet in the sense that there is just no real overt problems. There's very little breaking of the law there, at least in terms of thievery, gang violence, that sort of thing. There's just almost an absence of open conflict in the Leisure District, and there's not many people out and about. The few that are, you can see a guard ask for papers, it shows them, they move along. There's even a bit of a jovial chat before they do so. It's weird. It's almost like its own lovely little neighborhood. An island in the face of the absolute horror show that is the rest of the city, and in particular Riverside. Not even a few minutes go by near brothel where there isn't someone fighting somebody else, usually a small group of soldiers fighting a bunch of gangs, or someone stealing from a guard, a few kids jumping across some rooftops, damaging or bloody furnishings. All sorts of all sorts of rather terrible things are happening here. Even, in fact, the servants are probably cleaning the corpses out of the alleys daily. Because the guard nor the military bother to pick them up. And usually they're putting them there. Your business is good during the day, it makes a fair bit of money. During the night, it makes almost nothing. Because of the curfew. Like, just not a lot of people drop by, and you're having to be careful to make sure that the military doesn't catch on to the fact that you're active at night.
In all honesty, the money doesn't actually make any difference to him. He doesn't care.
Yeah, that's not really the point of this organization, is it?
No, not really. Pretty set.
Yeah.
But he will stride through the merchants district. As I said, the only people who would be able to see him would be anyone who has the ability to see him cloaked as he is in the breath of his god. So he has no interest in this place. Ultimately, these are all sinners, heretics, and unbelievers. In the end, their idyllic lives will be cast down when this city is reclaimed, as all cities are by the desert, in Set's calming embrace.
And yet somehow those heretic Toreador can spot you from a mile away. There is no justice. But irregardless of this strange anomaly, it doesn't really take that long. Doesn't really take you that long to reach the headquarters of Talos or Brothers. There are no guards outside. The military seems to make it a point that if you're inside, everything's fine. If you're outside, I'm going to stab you with a sword.
Foolish children are foolish children who walk with their eyes clouded. After all, we are legion. They merely must accept this, lest everything crumble and many things fall. Sorry. This character does a lot of poetry. What kind of building's the headquarters?
This isn't their main headquarters, but it's one. So basically you got 3 people that run it, and then like the really big guy that runs the whole thing. So you got like one captain for sort of one lieutenant for running this area, one lieutenant for running one area, and one lieutenant for running the other area. Basically, like they split the city into thirds and run with it, basically.
Okay.
Guy who runs the top half doesn't really have much to do, to be honest. The big shot is paying a visit in today. He usually does. Hang around. He has a writ to be out at night, so he can travel freely.
All right. So, what kind of building am I looking at in terms of ways of entering and exiting it?
So there's a bunch of closed windows. There's a front door which opens and closes as people come and leave, usually members of the military, funnily enough, and city watch.
All right. What he's going to do is the next person who looks like they're going to enter, he's going to hug very close to them without touching them and basically walk in with them.
Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So the interior is fairly, how to say, it's basically a small two-story building. It's not particularly large, but it's not bad. It's one of those, I mean, compared to most buildings in Riverside, it looks like a palace. What you see out in front is largely actually just something of a small how to put it, basically a large to the left is a large workbench and a millstone. There's several shelves and cabinets for short-term temporary armaments tools. There is a small weapons rack near the workbench. Doesn't appear to be where people do business. Appears to be upstairs.
All right. He will glance around. How many members of their operation are here?
Only about 6 guys out right now. Sorry,
Okay.
About maybe about 8 guys actually. I'd say 8 because there'll be at least 1 working the workbench, about 3 hanging around, about 1 working on their weapons, and something different. Yeah, and another 4 just kind of standing watch, engaging in idle chatter, playing probably something akin to Liar's Dice.
Liar's Dice is actually a hell of a fun game to play.
It is.
I've been bored on many LARP fields. That is my.
And it looks like one of them just got cleaned out.
Oh, poor him. Okay. Underneath his obfuscate, can I activate other obfuscate powers under obfuscate?
You can activate powers that shouldn't have an adverse effect, an overt effect. So stuff like.
Can I knock on Mask of 1,000 Faces on scene?
Depends on how you want to do it. If you want to turn on Mask of 1,000 Faces, so when you decide to reveal yourself, you'll have that mask up. That's fine. You could just turn your mask on immediately and break Obfuscate 4, which so you can either keep Obfuscate 4 up and prepare the mask, or use the mask immediately and scare a whole ton of people.
No, screw it. He's just going to stalk upstairs at this point.
Okay. Yeah. So you basically can turn on the mask and keep Obfuscate 4 up, so when you do appear, you'll have the mask on, or you can just break Obfuscate immediately and trigger the mask that way. But yeah, you just stalk upstairs. Not many people walking up and down, but it seems a couple military and city watch officials are engaged in discussions. It seems like you're quite fortunate tonight. The main leader of Soul Brothers appears to be here in some form or another. He doesn't appear to be saying much, but they do refer to him as Haroon. Haroon al-Rashid. And they seem to be discussing the situation in Riverside. They're looking to see if he's been keeping up his end of the deal. But they don't talk about it too openly, funny enough.
Can I roll an intelligence? Can I roll an intelligence politics check in order to see who any of these other people are and if they are of any interest to me?
I'd say wits politics.
It's the same pool, so I don't really mind.
It's all kind
Dice
of
roller
based
2,
on,
yeah?
so that does roll to you.
I'm going to spend a willpower on this. 3 successes with the willpower spent.
Okay. Well, one of them is the city watch captain of this district. But that part is fairly obvious because everyone saw him walk in, walk out. Nobody seems to even care or register his presence. Um, the other one is a long-standing military captain who isn't the leader of this district, but is kind of up the food chain. Like he controls several groups in in this district of soldiers. Uh, and the gist of what they appear to be talking about is there seems to be some sort of ceasefire between the two right now. They're kind of just talking shit out right now with about the other gangs.
Chris, are they drinking wine
Um, no,
or anything?
you can hear some pacing, um, and kind of the creaking of floorboards. Like one could perhaps be swaying back and forth, maybe, and the other one is there's at least one person pacing around.
Oh, I'm not actually in the room.
Yeah, no, I assume you were just listening in.
No. If it's at all possible, he would have entered the room, but you have to open doors and other things to do that.
Yeah, I assumed you were just listening in on the conversation. But yeah.
You don't let us spend willpower when it comes to discipline rolls, do you?
No.
Okay. Some people do, some people don't. Manipulation. Let's see how this one goes.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to whack on Mask of a Thousand Faces and drop my obfuscate. Now that I'm assuming I'm standing at the top of the stairs so no one can see me where I am, and basically I'm facing a door, if that makes sense.
One's walking. It's like a fairly narrow stairway, so nobody's guarding the stairs or anything. It's literally just walk up
Cool.
the
Let's see
door
if
and
this works out.
and that's where the officers are. Or where the meeting room is. I'm just going to double check what this one actually is. So it's manipulation, performance to 7, so you get 2 successes.
Her appearance is now a complete mask, and she resembles herself in no way. Should she wish, she could not be mistaken for her own blood relative, even in strong lantern light. She can now change how others perceive her gender.
Yeah.
That also means I can change how my clothing is perceived.
Yes, you can change the entirety of your clothing. You can't change the complexion of your face as much.
Can I make them perceive me as wearing a helmet?
In theory.
Okay. Yep. In that case,
the illusion would be broken if they attempted to touch it. But other than that, yeah.
That's fine. He's going to adopt the clothing of a guard official or a high-ranking guard, like a lieutenant, not a captain himself, but a lieutenant, and the face mask or the helmet of one to kind of cover his face. And he's going to knock on the door, not like loudly, but tap.
Okay. I do apologize for being quieter. Unfortunately, I have to be. So I am.
So, do you have sleeping family members?
I have sleeping peoples.
This is acceptable.
You knock on the door. He kind of briefly stops, and someone says, "Come on in."
He will crack open the door and step inside.
There's like everyone kind of takes a brief look at you, and the man you can recognize as the captain, who appears to be who's wearing elaborate chain, has an emblem embezzled on his chest or on the chain itself. Kind of as a kind of sort of a medal of in honor of your service, basically. You see the city watch captain, who is a fairly unremarkable man, and you see, the lieutenant of this area for the tower, and the captain that runs the entire organization. All four of them kind of look at you.
There are only three that you mentioned. There's the guy, the lieutenant, and the head of the watch. Was there a fourth one?
Yeah, they were just not talking.
Who's that?
That was the captain, I believe.
Okay. He will snap a salute, and he will say, "Excuse me, sir. I was sent to give you an important report, sir."
Guard turns. Well, the guard, you're saying it's still military. It's captain, right?
Yes.
Okay, he turns to you. I don't recognize you from. Oops, sorry.
No, you continue.
I don't recognize you from any of my regiments. What's your report?
At which point, his eye, as he looks into the eyes of the guard captain, his eyes will not necessarily glow.
Ooh. Oh, mic issues.
Yeah, my mic did a weird thing. Sorry to bother you, sir. However, fighting in the southern Riverside district has spilled over into the Prophet's Quarter. I'm afraid a fire has been started. You're needed there immediately, sir. I'm quite happy to help. I'm Lieutenant Rishand. I'm sorry, I was just transferred in from the Merchants District Guards 2 days ago. Manipulation? Manipulation.
Roll me your bullshit dice.
I'm a set type. You better believe I got bullshit dice. And I'm going to spend another willpower because I'm going to fucking spend them like the candy. And it's diff 5 because of thing. So 1,
what
2,
was it, diff 5
3.
again, sorry? What was the thing?
Gaze of the Serpent gives you a -1 diff on social rolls with the person who you lock eyes with. That's one of its aspects, or you can use the paralyzing gaze, whichever you prefer.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you get a -1. I think you can. 1 sec. Yep, that's fine.
So with the willpower spent, that's 4 successes to bullshit to him.
With willpower spent, I think that's 5.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, my apologies. I sold myself short there.
team couldn't handle shit for 5 minutes. My apologies, gentlemen. I'm afraid we'll have to cut this meeting short. Hopefully I'll be back within the hour.
I should return to my patrol, sir, he'll say, giving another salute.
Of course, return to your post. Thank you for this report.
Yes, sir. He'll kind of step back and allow him to exit the door first because he is the superior ranking officer.
Mm-hmm.
As he leaves, what he'll do is he will, as he leaves, he won't close the door. What he'll do is he won't latch it, but he will leave it ever so slightly ajar. So basically, when he comes back, rather than me opening the door, it is much more conceivable for someone to have left a door unopened and allow it to brush open than it is for someone to open a door invisible, if you understand.
You're making it more plausible for humans to not see you.
Yes, essentially. But yeah, with that, he will leave. He will go out and he'll salute again when he's outside. He'll nip around behind the building, obfuscate again.
Okay, roll me obfuscate 4, which I think is. I don't even need to. It'll be just like the 3, I think. Let me just double check. Because I think it's based on people's like willpower, and to be honest, they're all humans. I don't care. Intelligence self against the victim's wits plus alertness. I mean, are you even obfuscating in front of anyone? In which case, I don't even think you really need to roll.
No, I actually don't have obfuscate 4. I've only got obfuscate 3, so that's why he's nipping out of sight of people to obfuscate again. Basically, he's getting out of people's eye line to obfuscate again.
Yeah, nobody's looking for you, so yeah, it should be simple enough.
Cool. Before he will proceed to basically walk back into the building, back up the stairs, and into the room that the door. He'll nudge the door, so I assume that will be a attempt to break my obfuscate, but it'll be a much lower difficulty.
Yeah, I'll beat diff 6 instead of diff 8.
If this goes wrong, I still look like the guard anyway. Yeah. So
they'll just be like, "Oh, what is this guy doing here?" Spooky guard goes.
I'm going to spend 2 into my dex pool for this because I believe it's dex stealth. I think. Actually, don't remember what the pool is.
I think it's 1 sec. Wait. Let me check for you. So you decide, like, whether you decide it's with stealth, so dex come into play.
Oh, it's not. Oh well. So that's 6 dice.
Don't spend for the dex, yeah.
Yep. He does it successfully. So they won't see him, but he will step into the room with them. They'll just assume the door blew open with the breeze or the angle of the door or something.
Yeah, the door will issue a breeze, and one of them will go to shut it. But they don't see you at all. Their attention is drawn to the door, not yourself.
Mm-hmm. And he will stand there and listen.
Yep, the city watch captain now just closes it.
Now I can ask the question because I can see them. Are any of them drinking?
No, they don't appear to be. The way you perceive this, it appears to be like a, not an inspection, but like a, it's basically a brief meet to discuss the ongoing situation. It's basically just kind of a sort of like a sit rep and any updates on the current situation in Riverside.
Okay. The in that case. By the way, quick question: how do you rule knocking someone unconscious?
Do enough bashing that they get a hitting cap, basically.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're just talking about the gangs right now. In fact, the second to Haroon, who's currently just called Jade, or Jade. Jade, I think is the proper pronunciation. I'm not sure. I'm probably butchering that. But Jade will just say, if you're wondering how Euphrates have reacted to this, they've largely gone underground. I haven't heard here nor there of them for a few months, other than largely outside the city in different districts away from Riverside. They've largely shut up shop. They're not interested in wheeling and dealing in an area where there'll just be dead customers. I think they're waiting for just waiting for the dust to settle, to be honest. We have contacts, but they haven't been in touch with us for a few days. Still seem willing enough to do business with both you and us. I sort of watched that. I heard on the street that you had your own arrangements there. We have no intention of interfering, but know that if some issue causes them to spill forth on our turf, we're going to react to that. So don't end up dragging your problems over here. We'd appreciate it. Keep that in line. We'll hold our corner for you, and you can worry on the rest of Riverside. Including the Soze and the brothers, but to be honest, if I were you, I'd just let them kill each other off. The Sea Watch captain just kind of goes, it's fine, If I may be blunt, it is not my problem per se, rather it is the problem of the man who has just left this room. But I appreciate the information. But know that, certainly if the brothers were to spill over into your territory or the fighting were to affect you, it would not be of my doing. That is something you'd need to speak to. That is something you'd need to speak to our new guest. I certainly have no interest in disrupting the status quo here. A shame that our friends in Noble's Quarter did. That's what I always liked about you. You were fairly straight with us. We'll keep that in mind when things return to normal. You'll see business boom again. Just keep Riverside from burning down in the meantime. We're fairly large, but we're not an army.
He's just waiting for one of the three people in the room to leave at this point.
They roll a d10 to see if what's-his-face is back in the hour. Or if... So... The closer you get, so the higher up you are, the better. The lower, if you get low, this is going to wind up unfortunate.
Valid.
Because this really comes down to how long you've kept the guy away from this meeting, the military captain. And they get 8. So yeah, talk goes on for a little while. Criminals talk very much as they do, and this particular City Watch captain seems no better. But after about 50, the streak goes on for 50 minutes. Well, I don't think he's coming back, ladies and gentlemen. And Johnny just says, I'm sorry, is one of us a lady? Look, if he's putting out a fire, he was never going to come back. Well, in which case, I believe our business here to be concluded then. And you can settle the rest with the captain as soon as he returns. I'll be taking my leave for this evening. I could honestly use a good night's sleep. Yes, we'll have your money by the end of the week. He goes to part. The City Watch captain leaves.
One moment, sorry. All right. When he is gone, I'm going to do something very specific.
Okay.
Basically, what he's going to do is I'm going to wait until they are stood or sitting in a certain alignment. Okay.
What's the particular alignment?
Basically, he's going to wait until he can see one of them clearly, whilst he positions himself behind the other. The logic is I'm going to paralyze one and knock the other one unconscious. He's not just going to actually knock them unconscious. He might just kill them. It might just be easier for him to kill them. Yeah, that's the general plan.
So you kind of want to knock one into the other?
Beg your pardon?
You want to knock one into the other, sorry?
No, I want to be able to look at one so I can basically use paralyzing glance at one whilst I knock the other one unconscious.
Okay.
So what he does is, because with potence and with the whole other thing, I assume that you're actually pretty rock solid. Like, you don't need to, even if it's a grapple, unless you're dealing with somebody else who's got near supernatural levels of strength, I don't assume you get thrown around too much, because basically, you're nearly rock hard with terms of your muscle.
Mm-hmm.
So what he'll do is he'll wait until he's going to go for the woman, because one of them is a woman, one of them is a man, right?
No, Jade is actually a guy.
Oh, right. Okay, I misheard that as Jade, but continuing.
It's one of the possible pronunciations, which isn't really listed in the thing I'm reading from, so...
That's valid.
Yeah. I think it's Jade, but I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, so sorry, which one are you going to go after? Are you going after
basically, what he's going to do is paralyze the mercenary the overall boss of the group, and he's going to initiate the kiss on Jahid until such time as the body goes limp. One way, if he kills them, he kills them. If he just drains them until they fall unconscious, he drains them until they fall unconscious. Because Tephonic Maw is your friend.
Oh, okay, you're using that.
Mm-hmm. Also, because it initiates the kiss, if I paralyze one of them, he won't be able to speak. And if I use Tephonic Maw, it means it will initiate the kiss, so they shouldn't be able to scream.
Well, they might scream. It is ecstasy, so it could go either way, to be honest.
In that case, what he'll do is he'll have his hand ready to jam it in their mouth. Even if they bite down, it probably won't hit him too much damage.
Yeah, that's fine. You can definitely gag them, prevent them from screaming. That's fine. Yeah, so...
All while dressed as this random guardsman. Oh, well, what could possibly go wrong? So yeah, that's what he'll do. I'll roll the Dex Brawl roll, spending a blood point for potence. And also, I assume because I'm stood directly behind them, I get the flanking bonus.
So you need, yeah, you can Typhonic more to, yeah, no, initially, or so yeah. Yeah, and it's Jaid you're biting, right?
Yep.
Okay.
So it's vampire decreases the difficulty by -2 or adds +2 dice. It's one or the other.
What adds +2 dice?
Uh,
I think it adds 2. Typhonic Maw adds 2 dice to the damage. Let me double check. Oh no, causes
There
it
we
gives
go.
one additional. It gives
No,
one
it's
additional dice of
actually
damage.
I'm asking for which rules we use for flanking someone standing directly behind them.
Standing directly behind him is a back attack, so it's -2 diff.
There we go. That's the answers. Okay, so that's his dexterity, which is currently 6. His brawl of 2, which is 8 dice, difficulty 5. Stephonic Maw is actually difficulty 7. And as he does this, because it doesn't cost him blood or an action to do, he'll just use paralyzing glance on the other one.
Yep. Check enchanting gaze, and roll is required.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes on the Teftonic Maw to attack. And as I said, he'll jam his hand into their mouth if they want to bite down.
Yeah,
Feel
keep
free.
in mind, actually, one quick moment before you do this. It does says an affected character. It says on enchanting gaze, an affected character breaks the gaze if clearly endangered. Just keep that in mind. It's the last line of the power.
Yes, but I think that means if they themselves are endangered. Like, if I take a hostile action against them, it will break it.
I mean, you're eating his second in command, but okay.
I did read that, but I've always interpreted that myself. Like, obviously, you can have your own interpretation, but I've always interpreted that as, because otherwise it's the silliest power ever. Because you can, you're meant to lock somebody in place, but you can't do bad things to people around them.
That's true. That's true. That is true.
All right, so I now do damage to them, +1 automatic at level of aggravated damage for my teeth, or for my potence, and it adds +2. Tephonic Maw adds +2 dice of
Only one
funkiness.
dice. Only one additional dice. I just checked that. I
Yeah,
thought it was 2 before. I thought it said
initiates an
one.
automatic grapple. So
Which, depending on, so that'll basically be a roll off between you two. But I mean, if you kill him instantly, it won't matter. So we'll roll damage first.
I also get 5 blood points.
Yeah.
Blood points.
I mean, I'll kill him.
Does it?
Oh yeah, taking half of someone's blood supply means their death will be slow and painful, and it counts as like taking away blood counts as a level of damage. So
yeah, because it says you inflict the damage. You can drink up to 5 blood points around if you choose to.
That's lethal. That will kill him.
Well, I'll roll the damage anyway. So that's 4 rollover ag. So that's 4 rollover. So that's 4 rollover plus my strength 3, which is 7. +1 is 8. 8 of ag, or 8 dice of ag. I can English today. +1 automatic. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 aggravated.
He dies. You rip out his throat, you drain him half dry instantaneously.
At which point he's just, he'll wipe his mouth with the 5 extra blood, being like, actually, you know what? Fuck it. He's that much of a sadist. He'll drink the remaining 5 the next turn because I've locked the other guy in place.
Yeah, something will happen though.
Okay.
As I do this. He gets a single success. So the guard, so the Haroon is trapped. He's locked in place. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Something begins to emit from the pores on his skin and the corner of his mouth and his eyes as a seeping blackness begins to leak out and engulf the room. What make me a quick canine law check?
Le Sombra felt. Sure. Intelligence or wits?
Wits, because this is happening in combat.
That's fine. They're all the same pool for me. So Canine Lore, did you say?
Canine law, yeah.
Right. Cool. Difficulty?
Standard. What the fuck?
Nope.
What is happening right now? This shouldn't be happening.
Science is happening. That's what's happening.
It's a witch. It's a witch.
Burn the witch!
Clearly. You're, however, surrounded. The entire room is briefly engulfed in total blackness, rendering us blind. Oops.
Are there any windows in the room?
Yeah, there are a couple.
Dang. Actually, because I can totally do this, and it's not counted as seeing, his tongue flicks out.
Yep.
I can tell where I no longer suffer from blight finding penalties. Yeah, she suffers no penalties from darkness while her tongue is extended. Go fuck yourself.
It does break the gaze, though, because you can no longer see each other. So he can move.
Wouldn't it, because that was a surprise round, wouldn't it now go to initiative?
Oh, yeah, we need to go to initiative now. What's he gonna get for this?
I never knew he was a kid. I just have to check the chat.
Gets +8. He's pretty fast, man. I guess 15. Dude's quick.
I see him being all quick. And he's quicker than me.
Holy shit. You hear the floor crack and collapse. You can tell with your tongue stuck out, he just went through the floor. You can hear a very unseemly thud as he just literally seems to... You can't tell, but you're pretty sure he just went through the floor and probably didn't really think about landing it.
That's fine. Is he below me? As in, do I still have vantage of line of sight at him?
He went... Because he just went directly through the floor, you wouldn't have line of sight of him, but your tongue can still sense where he is.
Okay. He's going to drop through on my action, I'm going to drop through the same hole.
Okay.
Does that constitute our whole action? Or basically, all I need to do is be able to identify where he is, then he's going to get a tongue lashing.
I'm not sure. I mean, I did make it his whole turn.
Yeah, but I can stand at the lip of I can easily walk to the edge and launch my tongue down at him if he's still on the ground, basically, if there's only a couple of feet between us.
That's true. Yeah, you can do that. I'm kind of winging it right now.
No worries, dude. Because I'm full on blood, I have to spend for some stuff. Because you know what? Fuck this motherfucker. Fuck this motherfucker in particular. You weren't meant to be a kindred. Fuck you.
Oh, they got
I'm
7,
just.
so they're going last. They'll go
What was
next
that?
turn.
Sorry.
The guards downstairs. There's like 8 of them. I'm just rolling initiative for all 8 of them, but they got 7, so they're going last.
That's entirely live, Alan. That's on next turn. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna okay. I'm gonna do the following for my next turn. I'm gonna do the following. I'm gonna spend 1 blood for serpent's flesh.
Okay.
And I've already fucked. You know what? I've already fucked the rulership. I'm gonna have to kill everyone. Everyone must die.
Everyone's going to have to die.
That's fine. I'm gonna spend. Why is it I always get into these situations of everyone must die?
I know, there was a complication. The guy turned out to be more than what he was assumed to be.
I know, right? Let's spend 1 for serpent's flesh. Let's spend 1. Oh, also, they would be victims to the darkness, wouldn't they?
Yeah, they're not looking up yet. They don't
I
actually
thought
see
did he bring it with him as he came down, or can I see into the room proper?
No, it's still in the room. Sorry,
Okay.
It's still in the room they're in.
I'm going to spend a point for potence. I'm going to spend a point for celerity. I've already spent 1 for snake skin, and yeah, gonna give him a tongue lashing. Is he facing me, or does he have his back to me?
No, not really. This wouldn't, because of the way your tongue's having to literally curve downwards. Like it's kind of an awkward attack. It's kind of an awkward attack angle for you. Like you're technically looking down on him, but like your tongue's literally having to curve downwards through the hole.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes on the tongue lashing.
Okay.
And it will initiate a grapple automatically.
That's biting, not tongue lashing. Tongue lashing does not initiate grapple. That's specifically biting.
Give me a second. I have to read this. I'm not saying you're wrong. I must have misread it.
I should also probably rule out when you bite. You need to choose.
It says additionally, if she wounds her enemy, the proboscis, I don't know what that word means, of the tongue allow her to feed through the victim as if she had bitten, and that's if you damage them. It says additionally, not. This causes the kiss-like bite. She also suffers no penalties from the darkness while her tongue is extended. Her jaw allows her to make a bite attack without a grapple. Successful bites, as seen above, cause an additional level of damage and initiate a grapple automatically.
That's jaw. That's biting. That's not tongue lashing. They're 2 different things.
Okay.
They're 2 different kinds of attacks. Yeah, tongue lash is a difficulty 7 attack with strength damage.
I think that in the event I make a successful tongue lash, though, I can opt to initiate a bite. I think that's how it works.
You can cause the kiss, but it won't count as a grapple.
That's fair. I'll happily cause the kiss at some point. I might just Diablerize this motherfucker. Then kill everyone. Anyway, I need to do my damage anyway, because that was a crap load of successes. 1, 2, 3. Sorry, it's difficulty 7, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's 5 successes. So I need to do paste with my. Strength plus 1 for the bite. Yeah, so that's 8 plus 1 automatic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 levels of ag.
Okay. They don't die immediately, which is good for this one. Okay. Yep. He takes 5. He's mauled, I think.
5 is mauled, I think, yeah. Can I make another Kindred lore at this point? Because I really am thinking about this.
Okay, what do you want to roll about?
To try and identify what the fuck this shadowy crap is.
I'll let you make one after the combat, because you made the one for your combat, so
that's fine.
You can definitely identify it afterwards, read up on this shit and all that.
Mm-hmm.
What causes the shadow crap?
Quote verbatim. I also drink 5 points of blood from him. Mm. Mm.
Yeah, that one actually killed this guy.
That's fine. Blood. Oh, what's his generation? Because if he's lower than I am, do I get a blood bond?
No, you don't. You don't get any blood bond at all.
Oh, balderdash! This is gonna end sad.
He doesn't even taste that much like a canine.
He's a ghoul.
Oh boy! But did his Dormitor teach him some tricks? Because he knows how to go fast.
I also love the fact, on a side note, because it's important, and I say this with love, thank you, Domitor, for what you have taught him, because through his blood you have now taught me.
Nah, that's not how it works.
Oh, are you not ruling that they pass on the that you can gain it from the blood?
You can't gain it like that. It's too diluted.
Okay.
Add that, and they're extremely complex disciplines, like they're unique clan disciplines. So it's you basically I rule it for physical disciplines, find on your own. Non-clan but not unique disciplines, you can learn what you need. You need a mentor, but once you get the first dot, you're fine.
Mm-hmm.
And for unique clan discipline dots, you need to take a first level blood bond to the clan mate, to the clan person, and be mentored by them. Because
Chris, am I killing someone? Am I killing a player character's goal?
I mean, we're about to find out.
Excellent. Oh, by the way, did I do more damage than his stamina? Because if so, he's stunned.
No, I don't think so. Because he has quite a lot. This guy's not a young ghoul, so he actually lives, I think.
Yeah, no, but I'm not saying he's dead, but I'm saying he is stunned. If I've done more damage than his stamina.
Oh shit! Wait. I should have rolled an extra dice for his stamina. Fuck, because he has 2 fortitude, not 1. But no, you don't. You do as much damage as his stamina, so you almost kill. You almost stun him. But I'm not going to roll the extra dice, to be honest, because it's too late. So
valid.
This guy's
okay. So it now goes to celerity rounds.
Yeah, he actually has a point in celerity.
Okay.
So he's going to spend a willpower point to ignore wound penalties and just fucking bolt.
Fine.
What even is the silence?
Well, I'm about to brutally murder him.
Yeah, I mean, there are 8 guys. Well, 4. The other 4 are, like, not kind of behind you, but, He runs away. Bye.
That's fine. Do you know why that's fine? I'm standing in perpetual darkness. From where they are, they can't see me, can they?
That's true, they really can't.
I'm going to obfuscate and chase him. And I'm also very fast. And I can be faster if I want to be.
Okay. So how are you going to obfuscate? I'll say using a physical discipline in obfuscate is a massive, like, it will just break obfuscate because it's like, yeah, like it's that's not subtle.
That's fine. Before he obfuscates, though, he is going to reflexively, for 4 blood points, activate Typhonic Avatar, because that doubles my movement speed.
Let me
My
check
already
one
considerable
quick.
movement speed.
Oh shit, this is gonna get really bad.
Because I can do that reflexively for 4 blood.
Okay. How much blood have you got left?
I just drank 10 from her and 5 from him. So I had 7 beginning. Hang on. Let's do the quick mental arithmetic.
I think you drained 5 and 5.
Oh, I drained 5 and 5? Okay, so I started at 7. I spent 2 into strength, and I've spent an additional 4. So that means I've spent 7. No. Sorry. I spent 2 into strength and 4, which is 6. I had 7. 7 plus 10 is 17. Plus 11 is 7. Plus 11 is 17. Minus 6 is 11. Minus 4 is... I'm currently working on 7 blood again.
Okay. I'm now going to have to roll it. Oh my god, I don't even... Actually, I'm just going to have it say 10 guards are going to show up. I'm not going to roll a chance die. This is huge. Because I think... Because you're just going to be larger than... Because, let me see. I think you'll just break the roof of the building.
I'll be back in just a second. I just have to go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, so...
I did have a question, though, because I'm not sure how you're ruling it, because obviously that's the important question. Basically, the reason he activated the avatar state and then went to his obfuscate was because I assumed they wouldn't be able to see me in the avatar state. But are you ruling that they do?
If you turn Typhonic, the issue isn't actually that you're turning Typhonic. The issue is that because you're turning Typhonic in a fairly small room, you'll basically, your head will break. Your head, your neck, and part of your lower torso will just break through the ceiling.
I don't think. Yeah, stands as no. Actually, it depends.
Which will prevent obfuscate because you're breaking through the roof of the building.
Now Seti can become a Typhonic beast, a creature of legend. It stands as tall as a jackal.
Really?
With a hard forked and spiked tail, with severe pointed ears and long snout. Typhonic beasts are red, black, or combinations thereof. Additionally, she can take on a hybrid human/serpent form with long prehensile tail for legs. Setis use this as a sort of war form in addition to religious functions. So I'm only the size of a dog.
Are you going normal jackal form or human hybrid?
I'm going to go the jackal form because that's the one that lets me run incredibly quickly. So I won't actually be that heavy. I'll actually probably get lighter.
Yeah, that's true. Um,
There we go. And also for perspective, because this is going to be important when it comes down to it after we're done here. Ooh, Hellboy is on the television. Sorry, that just amused me.
you're not Hellboy right now.
I could be Hellboy.
So it's like,
but you know, but basic.
kill this guy, right? I assume you're going to go down and try and chase this guy down, right?
Yep. I have celerity actions, and he can't see me, and I've double my movement speed, which is already incredibly fast.
There are 4 guys between you and him right now. If you jump down the thing.
Okay, I'll run around them, or I can make the athletics attempt to jump over them if you'd like.
I mean, you'd have to go through them because it's a doorway. Are you jumping down the floor or?
Okay, I'll jump out in this room that I'm in, because chances are this is the Middle East. Chances are they're not glass windows. Chances are they have shutters.
Yeah, most of them are shutters.
So he will jump obfuscated out the window and chase him down that way.
Okay, that will break obfuscate.
Okay, I appear as a jackal.
Okay. Which window are you jumping out of?
I'll make the perception awareness check in order in the Tephonic Avatar state. I like the Avatar state. Sorry, I'm having Avatar The Last Airbender flashbacks.
Because he's not in range of your tongue anymore because you use celerity to get out of that range. So
that's valid. So I'm going to smell where he's going and jump out the appropriate window.
Do you have all specs? Because I'd definitely give it to you if you had all specs to enhance your sense of smell, but I don't think a normal standard human sense of smell could.
That's valid. I'll use sound in that case to hear the running feet, because he's definitely running, and he's running very quickly.
There's also 8 guys running downstairs. Like it's hard for me to give this one to you because it's like.
Okay, no, I can definitely
8 guys running around, and
I can definitely understand that.
You need all specs to smell him. So,
does this building have more than? Okay, he's probably running. I can. Okay. No, screw it. I'll jump down behind him onto the floor of the room, which shouldn't break my all specs or break my obfuscate rather, because I'm just moving from one position to another. I'm not breaking anything. And I see him probably run out the front door as I jump down into the building, I assume.
Oh no, he doubled his speed. He's like you wouldn't be able to see him like from the doorway.
Okay, cool. In that case,
4 guys in front of the doorway.
In that case, I will.
For record, one of them is shutting the door. He's got his back to you though.
One of them is shutting. Okay. In that case, let's just do a. By the way, I did want to check with you because I know you made this ruling about some of the really specific in-clan disciplines. I take it that Serpentis is one of those really specific in-clan disciplines.
In relation to what in particular?
In relation to other people knowing about it and its powers, because I know you ruled that demontation, nobody really knows what it is. Because they don't really publicly out much.
No, unless it's like overtly supernatural. Like, for example, you were aware you were being affected by a supernatural power because someone's blackness spilled out of someone's eyes, right? That's clearly unnatural. So obviously, Solahdrin can put two and two together and say this is a supernatural ability being used to debilitate me, because it's obscene, unnatural blackness. If someone sees like you in jackal form, they're going to put two and two together and say this is obviously unnatural because you're a strange, giant, typhon mauled jackal snake monster thing. Which is accurate, I think. I think that's an accurate description.
Phrasing. I just went out. Phrasing made that all better. Yeah. No, screw it. I've already fucked the Silence of the Blood ever so slightly, haven't I? Well, you only live once. YOLO.
I mean, there's like 8 people here who are just asking to die. As well.
Yeah, but they're not the person I want to kill.
No, this is true.
Fuck it. He's just going to ram his way through using his hilariously supernatural strength.
Okay.
To essentially smash them aside.
But I have to roll 4
what do you want me to roll for that?
Christ. Just roll strength brawl.
Okay, my strength plus my brawl. So that's currently... I'll spend...
You can't spend because you spent 4 blood points on transforming.
Oh, yes, you are right. My apologies. So that's still 7 plus the automatic success with my potence, which will still be in effect. So that's 7.
Roll for the 4 guys. They're gonna get fucking smashed.
I'm gonna spend a willpower because the... Oh, no, you don't let us spend willpower in attack rolls, do you?
No.
Cool. 1, 2... Sorry, 1, 2...
3. Oh, that guy fucking aces it.
Oh, by the way, do any of them have willpower 4 or low? They're ordinary humans. I assume they probably do. In that case, they need to make a stupidly difficult willpower roll or flee immediately from me. Because Tephonic Avatar. Yeah. They can act for a... Sorry. Yeah, here it is. The vampire inspires terror and awe in mortals. Mortals with fewer willpower points than the vampire has Serpentis score must flee or subjugate themselves. They might act for a single turn by spending a willpower. Mortals with more willpower can roll willpower difficulty the vampire Serpentis to avoid the fear and awe.
Okay.
I forgot about that.
I already made 4 rolls. I'm just going to say I spent the willpower and they can roll next turn.
Actually, that's entirely valid.
They don't have enough willpower to keep it, so they'll just need to keep spending until they run away. Which will be like 3 turns. Also, 10 guards.
So one of them manages to hold me?
They're making assisted checks on each other. So how many successes did you get?
4.
Actually, yeah, one of them got 4 successes, so he manages to stop you. The other 3 are like 1 botches. He falls flat on his ass. You just ram him over. I'm gonna say he takes like 3 ag from your you just brush past him.
All right.
He gets annihilated. But but one manages to actually he kind of grabs this is more due to sheer luck than anything else, but he manages to grab you by the abdomen, which actually stops you from moving so quickly because it's where your body doesn't have a lot of mobility and you can't shrug him off. You basically have to sway from side to side to smash him off. The other 2 don't really get a good grip on you, but one actually gets 4 successes and manages to stop you briefly.
Stop me for how long? I'll take him with me if he wants to continue to hold on to me.
I mean, it represents him being able to stop you. He kind of just gets a good grasp on you.
All
Kind of,
right.
you're not
In
able
that
to
case,
do a full
on
bonus
my
thing.
celerity action for that turn, because I did spend for it.
How can you use celerity and go into to?
Oh no, you are right. My apologies. I'll shut up now.
Oh,
It would revert to his turn, or yeah, no, because the guard's action was to stop me, so it'll revert to his turn.
reverting to base form would definitely break his stopping you, because you're heading into like a completely new form, and he wouldn't be able to keep his grasp on you. It's like a Krynos werewolf suddenly entering Homid. It's like, what? Where did the big thing I was grappling go?
No, I'm gonna keep in my Typhonic form because that's the only way I'm catching this guy now because I can run stupid fast. But on my own action, I'm gonna spend the blood for my potent, spend the blood for my celerity, which moves me down to 5 blood. And basically, I'm gonna smash him off me and run.
Okay, I'm gonna roll 5. Let's all roll 5 dice. You roll all your dice. How much potence do you have again?
Beg your pardon?
How much potence do you have again? Just so I can get them.
Just one. Just one.
It's 1.
Oh yeah. By the way, oh yeah, because he is mauled. So, I beg your pardon.
I got that roll wrong. He's mauled, but remember on the turn he fled, he used willpower to ignore wound penalties.
Yeah, no, but I'm pointing out that will actually affect his speed.
It will affect his speed post, yes. If he doesn't spend any willpower, yeah. He gets, okay, 1 botches again, so that guy's still flat on his ass. Actually, no, I'll say another one. I'm going to negate one of these rolls. Okay, so the first roll doesn't count. So 2 people have fallen over because you just smashed them into a wall.
So are they automatically spending a willpower again? Because they really should.
Fuck. Yes. They can only act for the next turn, then they'll have to flee.
Okay, cool. I have 2 successes to just shunt them off.
Okay, 1 does manage to slow you down, but I'll say you're still able to move this turn, just not as fast.
Okay, cool. He's gonna try and bolt out the door now.
Yeah, the other guy, the guy you're chasing, make a quick perception alertness check to see if you can actually spot him, because remember, he actually went before you in an initiative order, so he's already moved.
Oh again. Yeah, he's had plenty of time to start making moves.
He's made a lot of distance.
That is 6 dice. I'm going to spend a willpower because I've got like 8 of them. I'm down to 4 of them. Oh wow! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes with a willpower.
Okay, you see him. He's quite a ways. He's quite a ways down the road, and as you see him run past like a group of 6 guards who turn to your general direction.
Mm-hmm. Cool. What direction is he heading?
Southwest. Looks like he's about to cross the border into the Merchants District.
All right. In that case, because you said that they were going to be frightened off at this round, so
next round they'll have spent the rest of their willpower.
Mm-hmm.
But you can begin moving towards him. Just not as fast because there's a guy holding you back, but you're still stronger than him. Like, it's just 1 guy at this point.
All right. At this point, assuming he goes, my turn there. I'll just start running. He's going to have to shake me off anyway. I'm going to take a different route that's going to allow me to go down a side passage where I can be unseen briefly, so I can obfuscate again.
You won't be able to obfuscate as long as there's a guy holding on to you.
Oh, that's fair. That's valid. In that case, I'll roll to just shake him off. The 1 guy I'll roll to shake off.
Yeah. Just be a contested check, really. Is that your action, or?
That's going to be that action, and then maybe some.
Oh my god, this guy's getting 4 successes on 5 dice rolls.
This man doesn't care. He'll have to get off next turn. no. It is this time. Yeah. No, this is celerity rounds. I'm getting bad. No, this is not celerity rounds. Focus, Chris. You're already ST.
It's all right, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he'll. Yeah, it is. Like past this part at the end of his turn, he'll have to get off you anyway. So.
Cool.
Yeah. And like 6 guards are getting. Okay, so that's like, Jesus, that's a lot of guys. I'm not even going to keep track of guards at this point. I'm just going to make it group combat for them because it's like going to be 10 plus guys going to be enriching on you for like.
Well, I was going to say like they should be. If they see me, they will have to make the willpower roll or expend willpower. No, they don't even have to make a willpower roll. They have to automatically flee unless they. I don't think even if you have enough will. Hang on. Well, they get caught. Yeah. Willpower. Willpower can roll willpower difficult to avoid the fear and all. They can act for a single turn by spending. You actually could not continue to spend willpower. You can only do it once. It's okay. I don't mind.
They can act for a single turn by spending a point of willpower, so I assume as long as they have willpower left to spend, they can continue doing so.
Okay. I read that differently, but you're the ST. I'll happily go with your interpretation of it. But okay. At this point, have I pretty much lost my quarry?
He's getting pretty far away, yeah. Like, you could continue pursuing him. I'm going to check for domain. I mean, he still has a bit of distance to go for the emergency trick, so he's not in anyone's domain yet. Because he's still not actually, because I say it's about like it's a 5 to 10 minute walk from your brothel, so he still has like a bit of this. He still has like, if he's using celerity, he'd still have like 2-3 turns left. The problem is at this point, like, there's a lot of mortal attention on you, and it's only increasing. Like, because you have to make your way through all the guys who went after you, and then you have to deal with all these guards. And this is a massive breach of the silence, so you kind of have to kill all of them.
Fine. He's going to sigh at this point, accepting the fact his quarry is lost, and then, oh Nelly, I'm going to red. As in brilliant shades of crimson.
Yes. I'm going to have you roll against groups. So let me just look up the group thing in wherever the hell the bestiary is in this goddamn book. Oh, look at how they're nowhere. God damn it. That's nice. They're somewhere. I can never find groups in this goddamn book, and it makes me angry.
You need a hug?
I do. Where's the goddamn groups? Where are my groups? Because I know they're in the book.
Chris, was I just about to murder a PC school?
Well, I'll tell you after scene.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I'm still going to murder him.
There's not groups for humans. In which case, I'm just going to make it. I'm just going to make it 1 up from wild dogs and wolves, which is 7 damage a turn. Health level is 20, and well, I mean, their initiative isn't going to change. So the initiative is after you.
All right.
So yeah,
so he is now. I do have to start eating people. He's now well and truly pissed, so he turns on his heel to the nearest one who is not facing him, because I need some more blood, and I'm gonna fucking murder this person. And he rolls his dexterity plus his brawl. His dexterity is currently 8 because of Typhon form. Mm-hmm. That's sweet, sweet Typhonic form. However, I'm probably going to get Methuselah's curse, but Celery. Not real. 2 successes, so with 1. Hang on. Yeah, no, he's going to spend for the standard array celerity and potence And that's pretty much it. So then he's going to do the damage, which is at the moment 6 plus Tophonic Avatar, I think, adds more damage.
Tophonic Avatar adds to your strength, but not to your damage dice.
Damage.
So...
Yeah, it adds 2 dice to the damage and reduces the difficulty to resist losing balance by 2.
Oh. Yeah, because you got tail.
I know, right? So the Tophonic Maw adds 1, then that adds 2. So that's still with a +3. So that's going to be...
Oh yeah, you do 2 additional blade damage. Nice.
Yeah. So it's going to be +3. So he's got a current strength of 6. So that's 5 plus 3 is 9. Plus 1 rollover. So that's 10. That's damage.
They do get 3 dice to soak because they have armor.
5, 6, 7,
2, 3,
8.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 damage. They soak 2, so they take 6. So they're down to what? I'm actually going to say you did do 3 ag damage to that one guy, so I'll say they're down 3 additional health levels. So they're down to just over half. You more or less kill like 8 of them in like one brilliant blur of hatred. You literally chew one out. Your tail knocks one straight through a wall, effectively snapping his neck. You claw another, bite through one. At this point, you're kind of... One tries to stab you, and they put a couple swords through you. But doesn't really affect you. You pin one to the ground with a claw. You grab another with your tail and basically just choke him out immediately. And bite another. They now get their attack roll. Actually, no, they don't roll. They just do 7 damage. You don't actually roll to hit as swarms. And the way I run swarms is that they don't roll to hit. They usually just roll for damage, but that's usually pretty weak because it doesn't add anything, so just roll base damage. So I just have them. They're going to try and do 7 lethal to you, basically. That's what I'm saying. Go soak.
Okay, that's fine. He's got 7 dice of soak that he soaks at difficulty 5.
Yes.
Because sweet, sweet skin of the adder.
And he soaked the vast majority of it.
1, 4, 5, 6. He takes 1 lethal. No, that 1 lethal.
It's that one sword that goes through you, but other than that, you're perfectly fine. You can continue to maul the massive horde of humans that are slowly carrying Terra, and actually the humans that were initially fighting with you begin to run away, which is also going to take away from the health levels because there's less people to kill. So,
oh no, they must all die.
I mean, that too, but they lose damage, so they lose another additional, like, one of them is already basically dead, so they'll lose another 2. Yeah, they're going to lose another 3 health levels and lose 3 dice to that, or 3 damage, effectively. Yeah, go hit them. Go kill. Kill them.
Kill them. Kill them all. You know, he is made of sad. He is made of pissed. So oh dear. So that's 3 plus 1, 2, 3. Yes, the 1. Okay, so that's going to be 2 rollover. So that's currently at 6 strength. Plus 3 is 9. Plus 2 is 11 dice of damage. 11 aggravated damage coming at them. He's also... would this be his celerity action? Because he does have those.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
Yeah, cool.
Killing all the humans.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 aggravated damage because potence.
4, they lost 3 health levels from 11, so they're now down to 4 health levels. You're just mopping them. I'm just content to say the rest kind of flee and you run them down at this point. They're not going to fight you. You're more than fast enough to catch them all and kill all of them.
At which point he very calmly walks back into the He walks back into the building. He gets the lamp oil from the building. He spreads it everywhere. I will do this with preternatural speed if I must. And I am basically torching a whole... I'm torching this building with the hope that it will spread.
Fair enough.
Have a city fire, or have a fire in the city. That's fine. He will drag the bodies inside the building before he lights it on fire, though, because, you know, he's trying to maintain that sweet, sweet silence as much as he can.
Yep. The building burns, and more people come to show up as you leave, but you're obfuscated so they don't see you, I assume.
Correct. He was. I will put out. He was obfuscated this entire time, so no one has in fact seen his face. When the ghoul saw him, he would have seen the guard captain or the guard recruit, who it was, came in and delivered the message, attack him.
One sec. Because it's the conclusion of the scene, I'd like to end this scene here. Thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. And we'll see you all next time.